Ever wonder what happens when you mix weird, hilarious, and totally American? Well, get ready, because we're about to show you 101 things Americans can't stop obsessing over. Trust me, you won't believe some of these. 1. An American could trip over a rock and still apologize to it. Someone steps on their foot? Oh, sorry. A stranger completely blocks their way in the grocery aisle? Oops, excuse me. Honestly, if inanimate objects could accept apologies, America would have the politest furniture on Earth. 2. Would you spend $100 just to earn a $5 coupon? Americans would. Some people are so obsessed with earning points that they'd probably take out a second mortgage if it came with a 10% cashback bonus. Financial responsibility means nothing when you can unlock diamond-tier customer status at a sandwich shop. 3. Pumpkin spice has taken over every aspect of life. There's pumpkin spice hummus, pumpkin spice hard seltzer, and even pumpkin spice-flavored dog biscuits. If they could, Americans would probably get pumpkin spice IV drips. Somewhere, a scientist is working on pumpkin spice-scented gasoline because why should only humans enjoy the madness? 4. Flags are more than decorations. They're a lifestyle. I once saw a pickup truck wrapped entirely in the American flag, windows included, and I swear it could camouflage into a 4th of July parade. People even decorate their wedding cakes with stars and stripes, because nothing says forever like a red, white, and blue frosting bouquet. 5. Drive-through everything is real. Want to grab a coffee, pick up your prescription, and get married, all without leaving your car? Welcome to America. Drive-through wedding chapels in Vegas even have Elvis impersonators, so you can say, "I do," with a milkshake in one hand and a suspiciously enthusiastic Elvis winking at you from the altar. 6. College sports are treated like professional leagues. Fans will tailgate in parking lots for 12 hours before a game, grilling ribs and blasting music. One guy even tattooed his team's mascot on his chest after they won a single game. That's not just commitment, that's a lifelong contract. 7. Weird food combinations are a national hobby. Ever tried peanut butter and hamburger? It's a real thing at some diners. One state fair sells deep-fried Coca-Cola, while another offers a Krispy Kreme burger, a cheeseburger sandwiched between 2 glazed donuts. At this point, the FDA probably just looks the other way. 8. Coupons rule America. Why pay tens when you can spend $50 and save $3.50? They will spend $50 on stuff they don't need just to save $3.50 with a coupon. You didn't need 10 jars of mayonnaise, Karen. Yeah, but they were buy one, get one free. Somewhere, a doomsday bunker is being stocked with extreme coupon deals. 9. Reality TV is practically a religion. Shows like Naked and Afraid or My 600 LB Life blur the line between drama and survival documentary. One reality show even had contestants chasing chickens in a mud pit for cash, proving once and for all that dignity is optional if the price is right. 10. Black Friday is like a national sport. People camp outside stores overnight, armed with coffee and portable heaters, for a shot at a $20 toaster. Fistfights over TVs happen every year, and yes, there are YouTube compilations of the chaos, because apparently, violence is more fun in 4K. 11. Yard sales in America aren't just about selling old junk. They're full-blown neighborhood events. People will haggle over a 50-cent mug like they're negotiating world peace. And somehow, the same guy who was just looking leaves with a treadmill, a ceramic clown, and a box of VHS tapes he doesn't even own a player for. 12. The love for receipts is completely out of control. Buy a pack of gum? Boom. Receipt long enough to double as a scarf. Some receipts are so massive they could be used as emergency blankets, yet 90% of them are just coupons for items you'll never buy. Somewhere, an entire forest is crying. 13. Bacon. Obsession in America is a full-blown personality trait. Bacon toothpaste, bacon-scented candles, even bacon-flavored lip balm exist, because who doesn't want their breath to smell like a greasy breakfast? There's even a festival called Bacon Fest where you can eat bacon-wrapped everything. Somewhere, a couple is cutting into a bacon-covered wedding cake right now, and no one is even surprised. 14. Lawn decor in America is next-level unhinged. It's not just gnomes. Think 10-foot inflatable Santas, zombie flamingos, and motion sensor witches that scream when you walk by. And yes, some people leave their Christmas lights on all year, because nothing says Happy Easter like a glowing Rudolph in the front yard. 15. The emotional attachment Americans have to their refrigerators is borderline ridiculous. It's not just for food, it's also a family calendar, a photo album, a trophy case for takeout menus, and a magnet-covered shrine to forgotten vacation spots. And somehow, no matter how much food is inside, someone will still open it and say, "There's nothing to eat." 16. Americans will turn literally anything into a national day. National Donut Day? Sure. National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day? Why not? National Talk Like a Pirate Day. Are you ready for this level of commitment? Somewhere, a calendar company is running out of blank spaces to fill. 17. The obsession with sports statistics is beyond unhealthy. Americans don't just watch sports, they memorize them like sacred texts. Batting averages, free throw percentages, quarterback ratings. Some fans can recall stats from the 80s but can't remember their own Wi-Fi password. Forget politics or philosophy. The real intellectual debates happen in fantasy football leagues. 18. Americans pack for a weekend trip like they're moving to another continent. 2-night stay? 4 suitcases, plus an emergency carry-on. You never know what you'll need. Meanwhile, someone in Europe is backpacking through 5 countries with nothing but a toothbrush and blind optimism. 19. Haunted houses in America aren't just spooky, they're borderline psychological warfare. There's one in Tennessee, so terrifying that you need to sign a 40-page waiver before entering. If you make it through, you win $20,000, but no one ever has. At this point, it's less of a haunted house and more of a horror movie boot camp. 20. Pet pampering in America is completely out of control. There are luxury pet spas, gourmet dog bakeries selling $50 cupcakes, and even cat yoga classes where felines climb all over you while you attempt inner peace. Somewhere, a chihuahua in a tuxedo is eating filet mignon while its owner microwaves instant ramen. 21. The cereal obsession in America is no joke. There's a cereal cafe in Texas where you can create your own bowl from over 100 options. Frosted Flakes mixed with Lucky Charms, topped with gummy bears, and drowned in chocolate milk. That's not breakfast. It's a sugar-loaded science experiment. Somewhere, a dentist is shaking their head. 22. The true crime obsession is terrifyingly real. Americans don't just watch true crime, they live it. They fall asleep to podcasts about serial killers, binge Netflix documentaries on unsolved murders, and somehow find it relaxing. If a neighbor goes missing, half the town is already drafting theories like amateur detectives. Meanwhile, their search history is a disturbing mix of best pancake recipe and how long does DNA last on a shovel. 23. Ranch dressing in America isn't just a condiment, it's a lifestyle. There's even a ranch fest in California where people sample ranch ice cream, ranch soda, and compete in Guess That Ranch flavor. Somewhere, someone is dipping their pizza, fries, and possibly their soul into a gallon of ranch. 24. Americans physically can't handle silence. The TV is always on, even if no one is watching. Some people can't sleep without white noise, a fan, or even a true crime podcast whispering, and that's when they found the body. Silence? Unacceptable. Somewhere in America, a house is currently lit up like a sports bar, for absolutely no reason. 25. Food trucks in America are practically a religious movement. There's a grilled cheese food truck festival where people line up for sandwiches with names like the Brie-Yonsei and Cheddar Me Up. Somewhere, someone just paid $18 for a grilled cheese and doesn't regret it. 26. Americans defend their local pizza place like it's a family member. Every town has the best pizza spot, and every other place is absolute garbage. Criticize someone's favorite, and you might as well have insulted their ancestors. There are actual pizza wars over this. 27. Tailgating in America isn't just a pre-game tradition, it's an extreme sport. At football games, people bring entire outdoor kitchens, flat-screen TVs, and even hot tubs to the parking lot. Yes, someone actually looked at a parking lot BBQ and thought, you know what this needs? A jacuzzi. 28. Mall culture in the US is still thriving, just way weirder. You'll find indoor roller coasters, petting zoos, and even full-sized water parks in some malls. Forget shopping. It's basically a theme park where you might accidentally buy socks, a kayak, and an emotional support candle. 29. The obsession with merit badges is next level. Whether it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or some random corporate retreat, Americans will award badges for everything from fire building to coffee tasting. Somewhere, there's an adult proudly wearing a sash covered in ironic achievements like Excel spreadsheet champion. 30. Americans are addicted to streaming subscriptions like they're collecting Pokemon. Netflix isn't enough. I need Hulu, Disney+, HBO Max, Peacock, Apple TV+, and Paramount+. Do they actually watch all of them? Of course not. But canceling even one? 31. Americans are so obsessed with corn that there's an actual corn palace in South Dakota. It's a massive building entirely decorated with corn murals which get redone every year. Imagine explaining to someone, "Yeah, we rebuilt the Mona Lisa out of corn." Somewhere, an artist is crying, and a Midwesterner is nodding in approval. 32. Cheese isn't just food in America. It's practically a religion. There's a cheese festival in Wisconsin featuring a 1,000-pound cheese sculpture, and people take selfies with it like it's Mount Rushmore. Somewhere, someone is lighting a cheddar-scented candle in prayer. 33. Some American kids are raised like CEOs before they can even spell CEO. By age 6, they have networking skills, daily planners, and a schedule packed with Mandarin lessons, violin practice, soccer drills, and mindfulness training. Free time? That's for underachievers. Meanwhile, their parents have PowerPoint presentations titled Optimizing Little Johnny's Career Path. 34. Halloween in America isn't just a holiday, it's a competitive sport. People spend months planning elaborate costumes, and some houses turn into full-blown haunted attractions. One guy in Texas built a 20-foot animatronic skeleton that waves at passing cars. Meanwhile, his neighbor put up a single pumpkin and called it a day. 35. Cosplay in America isn't a hobby. It's an extreme art form. Comic-Con events feature costumes so elaborate they take months to make. One woman built a fully functional Iron Man suit out of cardboard and LED lights. Somewhere, Tony Stark himself would be impressed. 36. Pet costumes in America are a multi-million-dollar industry. Americans spend over $500 million a year dressing up their pets for Halloween. I've seen dogs in astronaut suits, cats as tacos, and one dachshund rocking a full Harry Potter outfit. Somewhere, a pug is questioning every life choice that led to this tutu. 37. Board games in America are taken way too seriously. There are board game cafes where people spend hours playing obscure games like Exploding Kittens or Catan. And yes, some Americans host board game tournaments with actual cash prizes. Monopoly just became a full-contact sport. 38. Themed restaurants in America don't just serve food, they serve chaos. There's medieval times where you eat with your hands while knights battle in front of you, a rainforest-themed diner with fake thunderstorms, and even a toilet-themed cafe where the chairs are actual toilets. Bon appetit! 39. Yard inflatables in America are an unstoppable force. For Halloween or Christmas, people fill their lawns with giant inflatable spiders, snowmen, and even dragons. One guy in Florida went viral for having 20 inflatable Santas. It looked less like a holiday display and more like an army preparing for war. 40. Americans treat Target like a mini vacation. No one goes to Target to buy just one thing. They go to wander. They enter for toothpaste and leave with a $200 cart full of candles, throw blankets, and snacks they didn't even know existed. Somewhere, a husband is still waiting in the car, wondering if he's been abandoned. 41. Burgers in America aren't just food. They're a national treasure. There's a burger museum in Florida featuring 5,000 burger-related artifacts, including a collection of hamburger-shaped phones. For some, life revolves around beef and sesame seed buns. And honestly, they wouldn't have it any other way. 42. National parks in America aren't just for hiking, they're for clout. Park influencers post glamorous selfies while dangling from cliffs or hugging trees like long-lost friends. One guy even got banned from Yellowstone for trying to roast marshmallows over a boiling hot spring. That's not leaving a mark. It's leaving third-degree burns. 43. Americans name their cars like their family members. Bessie the Buick and Thunderbolt the Tesla are just the start. Entire Reddit threads are dedicated to debating the best car names. In the Midwest, it's practically a rite of passage to christen your truck like it's a newborn baby. 44. Standing ovations in America have no limits. A school play? Standing ovation. A plane lands safely? Applause? A waiter refills your drink faster than expected? Might as well give them a Grammy. If one person stands, the whole room follows. It's the law of American enthusiasm. 45. Reality courtroom shows in America are high drama over low stakes. Forget actual legal thrillers. People tune in to watch Judge Judy roast someone for stealing a lawn flamingo. The best part? Most cases are over $50 loans or broken toasters. Justice has never been so petty or so entertaining. 46. Hot sauce in America is a sport disguised as a condiment. There's a festival in New Mexico where people sample sauces so spicy they come with waivers. Eating them feels less like a culinary experience and more like auditioning for Survivor, Mouth Edition. 47. Food challenges in America are a badge of honor. Finish a 5-pound burrito in under 30 minutes? Free t-shirt. Eat a 12-scoop ice cream sundae solo? Your photo on the wall. At this point, proving your stomach's capacity is practically an Olympic event. 48. Acronyms in America are a second language. ASAP, LOL, BRB, DIY, ETA, WTF. There's an abbreviation for everything. Corporate meetings? Just a soup of letters. KPI, ROI, B2B. Even government agencies sound like alphabet puzzles. FBI, IRS, TSA. Full sentences are so last century. 49. Americans treat fireworks like competitive art. 4th of July turns neighborhoods into war zones. One guy in Nevada built a backyard cannon that shoots fireworks shells the size of beach balls. Somewhere, a firefighter is reconsidering every life decision. 50. Bigfoot in America isn't just a myth. It's a brand. Entire festivals are dedicated to finding him, complete with Bigfoot-shaped cookies and people dressing up as the elusive creature. Whether he's real or not, one thing's clear. Bigfoot's marketing team deserves a raise. 51. The exaggerated "how are you" reflex is a national sport. In America, "how are you" isn't a question, it's a ritual. No one expects a real answer. If you say anything other than "good," it's like breaking the sound barrier in a library. Try responding with, "Actually, I'm struggling with existential dread," and watch panic set in. At this point, it's basically a glorified head nod with extra syllables. 52. The junk drawer obsession in America is on another level. Every house has one. It's a chaotic mix of dead batteries, old photos, appliance manuals for things they've never used, and of course, a mysterious key to something? No one knows. But throwing it away feels like tempting fate, like the drawer is holding on to the last secrets of the universe. 53. Americans are completely addicted to weather alerts. If there's a storm, tornado, or even light drizzle, phones light up like Christmas trees. Entire YouTube channels are dedicated to chasing storms, and people actually drive toward tornadoes. Why film nature when you can film yourself running toward it in sheer panic? 54. Christmas in America is an extreme sport. In Indiana, there's a town called Santa Claus where Christmas decorations stay up all year. They even have a Santa-themed post office. Imagine being a postal worker, answering letters to Santa 365 days a year. At this point, Santa is probably looking for a vacation. 55. Americans love giant sandwiches like they're preparing for an apocalypse. There's a deli in New York that serves a 12-pound pastrami sandwich. It's taller than most toddlers. If you ever feel brave enough, bring a friend, maybe a family, and possibly a medical team to help you finish it. 56. Americans are obsessed with weird museums like it's a badge of honor. There's a museum of bad art in Massachusetts where paintings are intentionally terrible. One exhibit, Poor Traits, Features portraits so bad they belong in a horror film, not a gallery. Somewhere, an artist is crying into their overpriced coffee. 57. The love for flavored water in America is truly unnatural. Coconut, cucumber, watermelon, and even pickle-flavored water exist. Imagine taking a sip and wondering, is this a drink or a salad dressing in disguise? Somewhere, an avocado-flavored water is in development. Just you wait. 58. Americans take porch decorating so seriously it's borderline competitive. Fall porches look like mini pumpkin farms, Christmas porches could rival department store displays, and spring arrangements look so perfect you wonder if you accidentally walked into a Broadway show. Somewhere, a lawn gnome is about to file for a restraining order. 59. The need for unlimited refills in America is downright irrational. Order a soda and congratulations, you've just committed to a lifetime supply. Take 2 sips, and the server is already refilling your glass. Somewhere in America, a Coke has never reached the bottom of the glass. Because why would it? 60. Pickup trucks in America aren't just for hauling. They're for showing off. Massive wheels, shiny chrome, and spotless beds that have never seen dirt. It's like a fashion statement, except the runway is the Starbucks drive-thru. Somewhere, a truck is getting more attention than the person driving it. 61. Americans take their yard signs way too seriously. From live, laugh, love to in this house we believe, lawns become personal manifestos. One guy even put up a sign that said, "Stay off my grass or face the wrath of Karen." The local HOA probably called an emergency meeting over that one. 62. Milkshakes in America have turned into dangerous territory. There's a place in Vegas that serves 20 milkshakes topped with entire slices of cake, donuts, and a candy-coated pretzel stick. It's not just dessert, it's a culinary dare disguised as a drink. Somewhere, a cardiologist is crying quietly. 63. BBQ competitions in America are less about food and more about warfare. At some events, people smoke meat for 18 hours just to win a plastic trophy shaped like a pig. And the sauces? Some contestants guard their recipes like they're the secret formula for Coke, top secret CIA stuff. 64. Roadside attractions in America are like a scavenger hunt from hell. From a giant thermometer in California to the world's largest frying pan in North Carolina, the weirder, the better. It's basically an absurd photo op waiting to happen. Just don't expect to find any normal attractions. 65. Eating while driving in America is a national skill. From burgers to full-sized burritos, Americans somehow manage to eat entire meals while navigating traffic. It's multitasking at its most chaotic, and most likely, dangerous. 66. Taking the last piece of food in America is an international incident. If there's one slice of pizza left, no one will touch it. It becomes a social standoff. Everyone secretly wants it, but no one wants to be that person. Eventually, someone breaks the silence with, "Does anyone want this?" But everyone's secretly hoping they take it and end the tension. 67. The left lane, on highways in America, is sacred. It doesn't matter if they're going 5 miles under the speed limit. They treat the left lane like their personal driveway. Flashing lights? Honking? They'll slow down just out of spite. Somewhere, a frustrated driver is reconsidering their life choices. 68. Americans love candy corn, or at least love arguing about it. Every Halloween, the debate resurfaces. Is candy corn gross or amazing? It's the kind of rivalry that makes Thanksgiving dinner debates look tame by comparison. Somewhere, someone is passionately defending it, like it's the last slice of pizza. 69. Karaoke in America is an Olympic event. Some bars host karaoke battles, where contestants wear costumes, use props, and perform like it's Broadway. It's less about singing and more about unleashing your inner rock star in front of a bunch of strangers. Somewhere, a diva is singing Bohemian Rhapsody like it's her last performance. 70. The obsession with seasonal drinks in America is an event. Every year, Starbucks drops its holiday drinks and people lose their minds. The arrival of the peppermint mocha is treated like the first snowfall. People queue up for it like it's the last lifeboat on the Titanic. 71. Americans are obsessed with toast art, and it's not just breakfast, it's a movement. People are painting portraits on slices of bread using edible dyes. There's even a competition where someone recreated Van Gogh's Starry Night on whole wheat. The masterpiece lasted until breakfast, because who doesn't want to eat the Mona Lisa with butter? 72. Corn mazes in America are not your average fall fun. They're a full-on experience. These aren't simple mazes. They're gigantic puzzles spanning acres, often shaped like famous landmarks or animals. One ambitious farmer even created a maze shaped like Elvis Presley. Lost kids probably thought they were stuck in Graceland, or a very confusing dream. 73. Ice cream trucks in America are becoming gourmet food trucks on wheels. Think lavender honey sorbet or bourbon caramel gelato. Meanwhile, a kid just wants a simple SpongeBob popsicle and ends up with a $10 artisanal experience. 74. Space-themed everything in America is reaching galactic proportions. There's a diner in New Mexico where waiters dress as aliens and serve dishes like galactic pancakes and Saturn rings. And yes, they stay in character the entire time. "Take me to your burger" might be their actual slogan. Somewhere, a tourist is trying to get out, but keeps getting sucked into the galaxy. 75. Over-the-top holiday sweaters in America have become fashion statements. Sort of. Some sweaters come with built-in lights, sound effects, and even functioning drink holders. One guy wore a sweater with a working mini Christmas tree on his back. It's ugly, festive, and impressively innovative. Basically, wearable chaos. 76. Americans have taken fried food to an extreme level at state fairs. Fried Twinkies? Check. Fried butter? Sure. One fair even featured deep-fried Coke. No one knows how it works, but everyone lines up to try it. Calories? Irrelevant when everything's golden, crispy, and defies every law of science. 77. Roller skating rinks in America aren't just for kids. They're a full-blown rave. There are adult-only nights with disco themes, neon lights, and DJs spinning 80s hits. Someone probably proposed marriage in roller skates last week, and you know it was glorious, because nothing says true love like a neon-lit spin around the rink. 78. Home organization hacks in America have become a cult movement. From color-coordinated pantries to TikTok tutorials on folding t-shirts into tiny rectangles, it's an entire industry. The irony? Most people have one immaculate drawer, and the rest of the house looks like a tornado hit it. But hey, at least the pantry is Instagram-ready. 79. Thanksgiving leftovers in America are the ultimate competition. People invent dishes like stuffing waffles or turkey ice cream sandwiches. One family even created a cranberry lasagna. It's not just leftovers. It's an Iron Chef battle fought with gravy and mashed potatoes. 80. Americans don't just build sandcastles, they create masterpieces. These aren't simple sandcastles. They're detailed dragons, life-sized cars, or even replicas of famous buildings. At one contest, someone sculpted a 10-foot-tall Mount Rushmore. Imagine trying to explain that to your sunscreen-covered kids while they just want to bury their feet. 81. Americans are obsessed with random food-shaped merchandise, and it's more serious than you think. There are taco-shaped pillows, donut-shaped pool floats, and even pizza-slice sleeping bags. Imagine waking up wrapped in a burrito blanket, only to find your dog nibbling on the cheese corner. Somewhere, a person is wearing a pizza hoodie, and they're proud of it. 82. The obsession with coffee in America is deeply exotic. In Seattle, you can order a $75 cup of coffee made from beans that have passed through a civet. Who decided their morning brew needed to involve an exotic digestive journey? Only in America could a $10 cup of regular coffee be considered basic. 83. Farmers markets in America aren't just for buying veggies, they're practically a spiritual experience. Vendors sell artisanal jams with names like Grandma's Whiskey Peach Surprise and handmade soaps shaped like cupcakes. Somewhere, a toddler is grabbing lavender soap and calling it dessert because why not? 84. Camping in America has taken a luxurious turn. People now go glamping in tents with king-sized beds, air conditioning, and private chefs. Honestly, it's hard to tell if they're roughing it or auditioning for a luxury travel vlog. Somewhere, a camper is asking for room service in the middle of the woods. 85. DIY projects in America are a full-on lifestyle. From building furniture out of pallets to creating chandeliers from mason jars, Americans turn anything into a Pinterest project. Husbands everywhere flinch when they hear, "Let's stop by Home Depot," because they know it means they'll spend the next 3 weekends fixing the house with glitter glue. 86. Americans have a weird obsession with weird laws in their states. Did you know it's illegal to whistle underwater in Vermont? Or to walk a chicken on a leash in Georgia on Sundays? These absurd laws have turned into a trivia lover's paradise and a nightmare for anyone with a chicken. 87. Americans love their gadgets, and their breakfast technology is straight-up sci-fi. There's a $400 smart toaster that syncs with your phone to perfectly brown your bread. It's official. Breakfast has gone from simple to, "I need a Wi-Fi connection to get this toast right." Just don't forget to charge your toaster before brunch. 88. The obsession with theme cruises in America is so surreal it belongs in a movie. There are Star Wars cruises, knitting cruises, and even zombie apocalypse survival cruises. Picture yourself dodging undead actors while sipping a piña colada. It's like relaxation meets chaos. Who could resist this level of insanity? 89. Americans have a serious love affair with scented candles. There are scents like freshly mowed lawn, Thanksgiving dinner, and even eau de librairie. Choosing between vanilla sunrise and campfire bacon is honestly the hardest decision of the day. Somewhere, someone is lighting a candle to recreate the smell of a freshly baked pizza. 90. Competitive lawn mowing is a thing in America, and it's taken to extreme levels. There's an annual contest where people compete to mow lawns in the most artistic patterns. One guy turned his backyard into a giant American flag. The effort? Impressive. The lawnmower fuel bill? Terrifying but totally worth it. 91. Pet fashion in America is an art form, and cats are the true divas. Picture cats strutting down the runway in sequined dresses, tiny tuxedos, and even miniature feathered hats. The real star of the show? Not the designer, but the grumpy tabby who probably hates every second of it but secretly knows they're the main attraction. 92. Separate blankets in bed is an American love story. Sharing a blanket sounds romantic until one person steals it in their sleep, leaving you cold and betrayed. American couples have figured it out. Separate blankets, no peace. It's not just comfort, it's survival. Somewhere, a couple is happily married because they no longer fight over the covers at 2 a.m. 93. DIY escape rooms in America are next level. Yes, people set up escape rooms in their basements for family game nights. One guy created a bank heist room so complicated that his guests gave up and just ordered pizza instead. That's one way to keep the party going, by not actually escaping and just eating your way through the stress. 94. The obsession with true crime documentaries in America is terrifyingly real. Americans binge hours of murder mysteries and then fall asleep like it's a bedtime story. Does it count as entertainment, or are we all just auditioning to be amateur detectives? Somewhere, a family is analyzing a cold case while deciding which pizza topping to order. 95. Renting unique Airbnbs in America has become a sport. From tree houses with zip lines to old lighthouses, there's no shortage of quirky stays. One couple even rented a potato-shaped hotel in Idaho. Imagine waking up and wondering, am I part of someone's French fries dream? 96. Yard games in America are taken way too seriously. Cornhole, giant Jenga, and even axe throwing are staples at backyard parties. If your friend has a trophy for lawn darts, they're either a legend or a safety hazard. 97. Americans are obsessed with giant portions like they're preparing for the apocalypse. Order a small fries, and you'll get a bucket that could feed a small village. A medium drink is roughly the size of a fire extinguisher. The concept of just enough doesn't exist, only way too much. Somewhere, a family is considering taking out a loan for a single soda refill. 98. The obsession with online tracking is borderline unhealthy. Order a package? It's tracked every hour, even though it just left the warehouse. If the tracking page hasn't updated in 30 minutes, panic mode is activated. Somewhere, a person is stalking the UPS truck like it's a VIP guest at a red carpet event. 99. Flash mobs in America are an everyday occurrence, and nobody is ready for them. From dancing in shopping malls to choreographed routines at weddings, it's chaos that somehow works. The best part? The confused onlookers who have no idea what's happening but pretend to enjoy it anyway. 100. Americans love quirky license plates like they're making a personal statement. Too Fast for You or GR8 Full are classics, but some people go even further with messages like BRB Late or IQ Ever been trolled by someone's car? In America, it's practically a rite of passage to judge someone by their plate. 101. Thermostats in America are sacred, and controlling them is a power struggle. It's not about comfort, it's about dominance. If one person even thinks about adjusting it, prepare for a full-on debate. Some households have unspoken rules about the acceptable temperature, and breaking them is a betrayal. Which one of these is a complete lie, in your opinion? Drop a comment and call me out. I dare you. But hey, if you liked this chaos, hit that like button and subscribe. Don't pretend you weren't shocked by at least one of these facts. And if you want to support the channel, check the link in the description to become a sponsor.